can't hear.
Oh, that's the good sound when we start.
Right on the cue.
Yeah, man.
Good job, Cliff.
We should have recorded that. Well, we got that in the sound effect, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Cliff.
Back for another round of Brews and Views podcast. Art, Just, Cliff,
Interns.
interns who don't do much, but they do help us out.
Yeah. We on the Liddell Betts episode. This is 46.
46?
Yeah.
Good pull.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pull. Nobody else wears 46.
No.
Nobody else ever will.
That number doesn't work for any sport.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Nobody wants 46.
So, how we all doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, normal.
I got a beer in my hand. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of beer, well, not right now, but next week, my favorite beer comes out.
Christmas
No.
Gingerbread stout.
stout.
Gingerbread,
Ah.
yes. And actually, gingerbread, and then they got the bourbon barrel gingerbread, which is my favorite. They come out at the same time. So we don't record next week, but the week after that,
Gotcha.
and for about a month or two, that's when I'm gonna be drinking.
Can't drink it for a month straight. Look at his face.
You don't know this guy, do you?
Watch me.
For a month straight.
Yes, I can. I'm not gonna drink anything else.
I actually saw the Hershey what's-your-face in Kroger today.
Except the
Hershey Yingling.
Yingling Porter.
Yeah, they had a big display of it.
so they don't do that all year.
Evidently not.
So you said where was it at?
Kroger.
Kroger. I'm gonna try it out because I didn't get any last year.
They got a big display when you walk in the door. Yingling Hershey's Porter.
Must be doing a seasonal thing.
Must be.
That's great. Let me try it out. Actually, I saw this thing where it seems like beer. People were making beer before actually any other agricultural advances and things like that. So this is the world's oldest beverage other than water.
It's older than rum because I know they was making rum because the water wasn't safe to drink, so they were making rum.
It seems like they probably making rum and beer the same
Same
time.
thing.
They was getting it.
Well, I drank both of them now, so
Yeah.
Hard days out in the field, man. You need something when you come in.
Yeah, man. Hard days killing boar and whatever the hell they doing.
so yeah. What you doing?
Well, first up, this is a barley wine, and I know it sounds
It's a nice bottle.
strange.
Hey,
A barley wine is just
sound issue straight?
Yeah.
oh, got it. A barley wine is just a strong ale
Gotcha.
that's usually from 6 to 12% ABV, because I guess regular ales are no more than 6 usually.
Gotcha.
But this is it's called Barley Popinski. Sound
that Soda Popinski?
Yeah, Soda Popinski. You old Nintendo players know who we're talking about. This is from the Answer Brewery. I got it. This actually Answer. If you're ever in Richmond, go to the Answer.
Gotcha.
You're gonna find something you like because there's like 50 some beers on tap.
Gotcha.
But this is a barley wine aged in bourbon barrels with maple, cinnamon, vanilla, and coffee added, and it's 13%.
Okay.
So by the time it in this bottle, I'm gonna be saying some wild shit.
Probably.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes for a good night.
I have 3 Floyds. That's the name of the brewer.
What up, Lance?
Barbarian Haze IPA. The tag on it says it's not normal. It's it's 6.5%. It's got an IBU of 42, and it's actually really good. You want to see? I put that in the live
Can.
camera.
What's that on the can?
I don't know. I have no idea. It look like a Grinch with a helmet on and some goggles.
Hey man, Brandon's everything.
Love the artwork, though.
Yeah, it do, and it tastes good. So yeah,
Nice.
tastes good. Tastes good.
That's all that matters.
What you got there, Cliff?
Got a Florida Man, double IPA, 8.5 ABV.
Gotcha.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Cigar City. Is that here in Richmond? Where is Cigar City? I ain't never heard of that.
I don't know. I saw Florida man, so I started assuming.
It's probably in Florida.
Speaking of Florida man, if you want a good laugh, Google Florida man and your birthday,
And to see what you
and,
got.
and you'll see some wild shit. Because if y'all don't know, Florida man does everything.
Yeah, Florida man's crazy.
Every time every so often you look on the paper, you can do it once a week, and you're gonna see Florida man does something.
Right.
So put in Florida man on your birthday, and you'll see some crazy shit.
Yeah. That's a nice cigar on the can, though. If you smoke cigars, I enjoy an occasional one here and there.
I mean, actually, that would make this podcast jump off in here if we could do that. But I don't.
Yeah,
don't-
nah,
I
not in the house.
I know.
I gotta go outside and smoke. Paranormal. It's weird.
I don't know. Freaking me out. I just watched Halloween Kills.
You shouldn't. Don't do that.
Well, I've watched them all, so I got to keep it going. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'm not a scary movie fan, especially the paranormals and
Well, I don't do that. Y'all suckered me into watching
the paranormal activity.
Activity 3, I think it was. And we got in late, so we sat up front.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Sports Center until about 4 in the morning because I didn't want to go to sleep. Every time I heard something, it was crazy. So yeah.
So
I just did the Florida Man challenge.
Oh, you just did it?
Yeah. If my birthday says Florida Man birthday May 7th, I'm drunk, put me in jail, said the man whose lawnmower crashed into the police car.
See, Florida man.
Florida man, man.
Yeah, man, that's what
Does some wild shit.
Yeah. Florida man. So yeah.
So before we get into everything, what did I see? Oh, well, and we touched on Dave last time, but
Yeah.
there's like 1,000 Netflix employees that were staging a walkout
Yeah.
because his words were, I guess, inciting violence and all that stuff. They were harmful to the
LGBTQ plus.
community.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
Uh-oh. We are live.
I
I got your back.
We are live.
first of all,
Just
I would step out on a limb and venture to say that less than 1% of the population is just out there harming trans because they're trans.
I don't know. I'm not going to go that route, but I don't know what the percentages is. But either way, nobody should be doing it, and
Nobody should be doing it.
Right.
But if you are doing it, it's not because you
watch Dave Chappelle because
Chappelle.
you're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody should be out there doing that. So
And furthermore, Netflix has shit. They got Squid Game killing motherfuckers in a game show, and there's shows sexualizing teenagers and all types of crazy shit. And apparently, people want to walk out over this.
apparently,
A comedy special.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nobody's paying them any money. No, never mind. I don't know. Dave's not going anywhere.
No.
But he is willing. Apparently, he's willing to sit down and talk to this group of people.
Right.
You know why? Because he's a bigger man than they are. Or
It's don't. I knew where you were going. Don't.
whatever you identify as.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Don't hold back. Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Speaking of that community,
Uh-oh.
apparently Eddie Winslow is dating one of the main ones from I guess that's on TV, Sydney Star. I don't know who that is.
Me either.
I
Was
looked
that
up-
with the video of him dancing with the?
Yes.
With the, oh, I didn't even know who that was or what that was.
Well,
What? I didn't mean it that way.
Yes, you did.
So yeah.
Yes. Well, that was a biological male that he was dancing with.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm going about my business.
Yeah. And just he says he's not, but for me personally, I'm not going to be dancing. The pictures, he had a hand on their ass, getting kind of close. Wouldn't
Never
be me.
mind.
Wouldn't be me.
Isn't that why Mr. C wasn't at the Versus last weekend?
Yeah.
Speaking of that versus, if you didn't watch KRS One and Big Daddy Kane go at it on Sunday
So,
night,
yeah.
you missed out on hip hop at its finest.
Yeah.
Is Lance still in the chat? Lance will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was just a spectacular display.
Right.
Hip hop won. I'm not gonna say who, in my opinion, who won, but Big Daddy Kane did his thing. He sounded like a record was playing when he did it.
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah.
KRS sounded like he was doing a live show, and he was very aggressive,
Right.
to say the least. But that's who KRS One is. He thinks he's the one, the best, and he oozes that.
He confirmed it at every show I went to.
He comes back.
I'm here to tell you.
I don't know how many you went to. I know we went to that one together downtown Richmond, and this dude, the freestyle of when when the speakers blew,
Yeah.
and he just, oh man, it was just I've never seen anything like it, nor will I ever see anything like that again.
Right.
But that was great. Well, we're gonna keep watching verses, but it's never gonna top last Sunday.
No,
No,
between
probably
that
not.
and the one with the locks.
The Locks and
Dipset.
Dipset.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna get any better.
Yeah, that was like the opening act of the Locks Dipset was like the opening act of this great one that was to come, and
Right.
that shit was great. So yeah. Also, one little thing. I don't want to get too much into the Gabby Petito and
The Brian Laundrie.
Brian
dude.
Laundrie.
Yeah.
But when they were searching for Brian Laundrie, they found 9 other bodies.
Wow. I didn't know that.
They had help from Dog the
Dog the
Bounty
Bounty Hunter. Something seems wild about this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what
But it is, but something's off about
I can't put my finger on it. But something is just weird about this whole case.
it. Put me down. I'm betting money $500. The parents knew where he was all along.
Absolutely.
That's just my personal.
Well, they led the authorities to the wildlife preserve that he was in.
Yeah.
But
They knew where he was all along.
while they was looking for him, they were back.
Florida
somehow
man.
They found 9 other bodies.
It's in Florida. Florida man.
Yo,
It's Florida man.
what?
Yeah, Florida man.
They just feed them to the gators out there.
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God.
It's a different place.
So yeah.
So, yeah.
So I think soon we'll hear something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait because I've never heard anything like this before in my life.
Right.
Just like if it were a black woman missing, we wouldn't have heard shit.
Wouldn't hurt shit.
Nah, never.
No.
So
Absolutely not.
right.
But apparently, if they do go missing, you need to fork up some money, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Because when he's on the case, shit happens.
Stupid. So yeah.
All right. So first up,
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna make the call.
oh
While you're doing that.
yeah, I follow a podcast called The Roommates. It's 2 dudes who basically they're conversations about making men stronger. Being a better man. That's basically what being a better man. And one episode they had these 2 young black women on. They never said their age. Did you fuck it up?
I'm making the call, but it hung up.
They never said their age, but I'm guessing, late
Yeah.
late
we're-
20s, early 30s, maybe no more than that.
Yeah.
And they were going over,
We're calling in a female.
I know,
Because y'all can hear that on the call.
probably should have waited.
Hello?
Probably.
Yeah.
But that was we fucked it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Hello.
Well,
Hey.
you fucked it up.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Yeah, we're in. We're good.
Okay. So they threw out a stat of 1 in 4 black women are married.
Okay.
And they were going over some of the reasons why. And one of the reasons why, because they did a poll, we poll everything, which is crazy.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't know how much you can throw in the polls or how much, but apparently what women want financially from a man is 55 times more than what the average man makes.
Wow.
Now,
I mean,
but they polled black women
oh, okay.
because white women are getting married. Actually, Latino women are getting married. Everybody's getting married, but the black woman.
Right.
At least 1 in 4. So what they were that just really threw me for a loop. That
Right.
they're saying that these women want 55 times more than what the average black man makes.
Yeah.
Which I saw one. It was from the age 35 to 45. An average black man makes $55,000 a year.
Right.
So whatever they want is way more than that.
That's crazy.
That's a small pool of men of what they're
That's crazy.
trying to get, because those ones who make more than that are already taken.
Right. On the phone, we did call in Kels. Say hi, Kels.
Hi.
What's up, Cal?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You heard Art kind of intro that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your take on it?
I guess it's hard because I'm the one that's married.
And a good woman.
I appreciate it.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My view on that is I can't expect anybody to bring anything to the table what I can't bring. And if I'm bringing that and he's bringing that, how can I ask him to bring more without him asking me to bring more?
Yes, you should be. What you say, you should be able to support yourself,
Right.
and your partner should be able to support themselves.
Yeah.
And anything more is kind of a pipe dream, in my opinion.
Right.
Y'all should be able to build together.
Yes.
Right.
That's where I'm going with that. It shouldn't matter. Like, if you get together with somebody, what you make at the beginning shouldn't matter. Y'all should be able to build together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, my own personal experience, neither one of us made a whole lot when we first got together.
We was young though.
We were young, but we still won't make it a lot.
Right.
And we kind of build together to,
Well,
where we at now.
I think that was the point that the dude was trying to get with these two girls. So they were definitely college educated women.
Right.
So they got out there making good money.
Right.
And so it wasn't about building anything with a partner.
And see, that's what I think is the problem, because it should be. You should always be building to want more.
I mean, I think maybe they're looking at it from a point of I'm established
Well, maybe, but that's
and wanting an established mate.
well, but
That's possible.
The 55 more is extreme.
Yes.
yeah,
And there's not a lot of that going on.
That doesn't sound like the attitude of someone established. That sounds like someone just looking to be taken care of.
and
It could be.
but if you're making your own money, you don't need nobody to take care of you.
Well, that's it. It's what it's saying. It seems it's the way they were talking. It was like, okay, I'm independent. I'm making this money. So for me to give myself and to move forward with a guy, he's got to bring more than I can do for myself to the table. But more, being a man in a relationship is already bringing something else to the table.
Right. And
Well, the question is, are they looking for a man or are they looking for a daddy?
there you go.
That's it.
That's it right there.
They're looking for a daddy.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I mean, let's be honest, if probably more than 1 in 4 in the black community didn't have one growing up, or wasn't
Statistically, you're right.
Didn't have a good relationship with them.
Statistically, what is it? It is 1 in 4
1 in 4,
black households.
and that makes perfect sense.
Statistically, I think I'm almost positive. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I think it is 1 in 4. Is that about right, Kels? What you heard or what you know? That 1 in 4 don't have a dad at home. Black households don't have a dad.
Not right, but I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Or at least a good relationship with.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Because there's we all have broken, quote unquote, broken homes, but
Right.
a lot of us do Like as far as me, I spend a lot of time with my daughter, and I'm in a divorce. So,
Yeah,
but that makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
So they're not looking for
A mate,
a mate.
right?
They're,
Interesting. That is very interesting. Because, like I said, my view on it is, if you, let's say, okay, let's say you're female, you're making good money, you're making good money. If you start dating a dude that is making maybe a little bit less than you, or even maybe a little bit more, y'all should be able to build to be where get to where you want to be. And like I said, maybe I'm pulling from my own experience because me and Kels, like I said, when we first started out, we didn't make a whole lot. To the point where I'm at now, where I ain't rich, but shit, I ain't broke either.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
I think the what what it what it is to be a man in a family is different, slightly, not all the way different, but slightly from what it used to be to what it is now. Like you still have to have the masculine energy, and this is what men do type of thing, even
Right.
though they're trying to shoot that shit down. But hey, that's a whole
That's another
that's a
topic.
whole other topic.
Another topic.
But financially, the way this country's set up and the way it is now in 2021, it's not realistic most of the time.
Well, yeah,
They're a
and
lot more vocal about that shit. They
and
don't
the
just
and
let
the
that
world is
shit
different.
ride. Yeah.
Yes.
The world is different. The man my father was is different than the man my grandfather
Yes.
was, and I'm different than the man my
Yes.
father is.
Still a man.
Still a man, but the world is
The
different.
world is different.
Yeah.
But to not saying I want the man that makes more than me, 55 times more.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I ain't been out dating in a while. I've been with kills. So,
I hope you haven't been out dating.
shut it. Shut it. But yeah, it would seem to me that it's a pretty toxic place to be out in. I mean, y'all fellas can elaborate on that a
I
little
don't
more.
think not you, but what married men do outside the house is not technically dating.
Good point.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But this unrealistic expectation. Granted, these two women that I saw speaking they couldn't have been no more than 30.
Right.
Definitely educated. What can be driving them to say, this is how my man needs to be making, 6 digits and more,
Well, I'm gonna throw that to
Oh.
kills because, I mean, she would have a better perspective being a female. So,
Well, I think as a black female, we carry a lot of weight on our shoulders to be independent, to have this life that is successful and all together. And if sometimes we're trying to present an image
yeah.
that is put on us versus living our truth and what we really want.
interesting.
But why? Where's this image?
That's what I was getting ready to say. The
just
follow-up question is,
social media or
why is that
or
image-
movie or
It is,
entertainment? Is this
It's society wise. We take on a lot of, your hair's not straight, your figure is not this way. And so you take a lot of beat up being big hipped, kinky hair.
But
and-
isn't it true that you get most of that from other women?
Yeah, but sometimes you get it from men.
I would say you don't get that from real men.
Yeah, I've never.
That's just my
mean-
opinion.
Yeah.
You all don't.
You might get
feel
that from
way.
Ben Simmons. Those type of dudes. You know what I mean? Because the regular guy working the 9 to 5 labor or cubicle job, is not saying that shit.
Nah.
Nah.
At least
all.
9 out of 10 aren't saying that shit. That might be that one piece of shit motherfucker, but 9 out of 10 people aren't saying that. This
Right.
is I think this is a social media, TV thing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I
I'm gonna say
mean,
more so social media.
More social media.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, doing it for
Well,
likes.
you know,
It's
how marriage was taught to me is not the same way it's being taught now.
expound. Did I use expand? Expound.
Expound on that point.
Expound
you
on
did.
that point.
You did.
I understand. I know what you're saying,
Good
That was
job,
a-
Mike.
but I want you to. I want you to say it.
All right, paid attention in English class, didn't you? Got a little vocabulary or top.
Learn a lot of
The
words
words in
at
top.
So,
Listen,
y'all are so stupid.
this just ain't a hat holder.
Well, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You know, for me, I was taught that my husband is the head of my household,
Yep.
to be submissive to him.
What?
And what that submission mean was that
I
he
was
not
joking.
treat me bad, but I don't make decisions without him. And that sometimes he makes a decision that I might not necessarily want, but if I find the right person and if I'm with the right person, his decision is based on what's best for our family.
Yes.
And
We
being
are
able
recording
to
this, aren't we?
move in that direction.
Yeah. You can pull this up in an argument.
Yeah, we are recording this on.
Yeah. Yeah. This is documented. You can pull this shit up.
America is watching.
Well, but no,
And you don't have to pull it up.
no, but yeah,
Jokes.
Proving
We're
myself.
just
but yeah,
jokes.
You are, but I think that nowadays a lot of women think that submission means that they're lesser than,
Right.
Right.
and that's not what it means.
No.
But when if we're out in the wilderness and we're trying to find how to work, there
Right.
needs to be a leader, and that's
Right.
all that it means. Your suggestions and your work is duly noted and accepted,
Right.
and gratified, but there has to be a head,
Right.
and I think that's what's lacking today.
I'm with you.
You know,
I'm with you. Well, it kind of goes back to what we said. 1 in 4 don't have a male figure in the house.
yep,
So you don't have that. So a lot of times the female is playing the male role and the male role and the female role because they're the ones in the house.
so they don't.
Almost seems
Well,
low.
you know how I feel about that. As
Yes.
a woman, I can never play the man's role.
Well,
Exactly.
not according to some of these women. You can.
No, not the other 3 out of that 4.
And what I say is, I can't teach my boys how to be men in no shape, form. But what I can teach them
It's how to
is how
respect.
to be good people,
and
how to respect women,
Yeah.
how they should treat a woman, and the woman they need to look to. So I got to carry myself in a way.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times, too, our role as women, because of even if the dad is there, but if the mom was the strong one, then as a female, I'm going to take that role because I saw what my mom had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like a cycle to where
It is.
the a man wants to generally, on average, find a woman close like their mother. You know, similar. You know, in that aspect, it's a little creepy, but that's just the way it is.
He says it's a little creepy.
And so, if their mother is this single woman who's being all independent and
I can see that.
You know what I mean? It's just
Kels has some traits of my mama. Some. They're different in ways.
it is
but
what it is.
They have
You know,
some.
a lot of women look for close to what their dad is, if he's a good guy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Actually, if he's an absent father, they're just trying to find that motherfucker. But it's
Right.
it is what it is, and I think we need to get that number from it's baby steps from 1 in 4 to at least 2 in 4.
Yeah.
We have to dial back our expectations or change what our you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
And I think we have to be not so quick in certain situations to just say, fuck it, I'm out as a guy.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of times where we can't be that quick to say, fuck this, I'm out.
We gotta do that. And actually,
And same thing with female.
women sometimes women look for a divorce very quickly versus trying, because I think the majority of people who get married are getting married under God, right?
Yeah.
So for sickness and health, better for worse, to death do you part.
Yep.
That shit means something.
It should. Well, the problem is some people it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing. Just fucking
Well,
words.
I wouldn't necessarily say it don't mean anything.
Okay.
We say it sometimes not knowing the work that it takes,
Fair point.
not knowing the weight of those words.
Right.
Absolutely.
When you up there, it's beautiful and you're saying them, but to understand the weight of those.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this generation ain't about no kind of accountability anyway.
That's true too.
It is.
Good point.
It's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah. As always.
I mean, because me and Justin are an anomaly. There's not too many people. Like, we've been together half of our life.
Yeah.
I met him when I was like 19.
Y'all old as
Yeah.
shit.
We the same age as you, nigga.
Shut the fuck up.
Y'all motherfuckers old.
Yeah.
We all the same age.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah, because it doesn't usually work like that. Because actually, what is 50% now is the toll the
Yeah.
divorce rate.
Yeah. Yeah. Instant gratification, I think, is a bigger issue in that, but that's a whole nother conversation.
No, you just don't want to deal with any kind of consequences.
Well, that's what I mean. I want to
Or
get
conflict.
or conflict. That's a good point.
Oh, work.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Is instant gratification in the
I
sense
mean,
of
marriages work
Well, that's
from
it.
day one.
I gotta work at my job all the time. Now I gotta come home and work with this shit.
That's
Yeah.
why she wants you to have
$55.
$55 more than what you get.
yeah. I want to have Eddie.
Oh shit.
Yeah. 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 It does. It takes work. It ain't always, sunshine.
I think what it does though is
Oh, it's always sunshine.
You stupid. You stupid.
Yeah, I need a good one. I need a good one.
I think
You just both have to work at it. though.
yeah.
It can't be one-sided.
Yeah.
well, no, I definitely think that it's like women need to reel in their expectations, and men need to change what they want,
Right.
because
I wouldn't necessarily say we got to reel them in,
I don't know.
but we need
Ask
to make
them-
them realistic.
Well, that's the
what
same
he's
thing.
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
what he's
That's the
saying.
same thing.
Make it realistic.
And men need to change what they want, because it seems like they're just looking for the one that's going to gratify their flesh.
Instant gratification.
And and
But marriage is a lot more than that.
and that's the biggest, whether you believe it or not, the biggest battle is the flesh over your mind.
mind.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's just what it is. And I don't think that's what's happening, or people even recognize that shit.
Right.
I mean, Instagram makes it hard, because if you open my Instagram, from what I follow,
Oh, it's a lot of
It's
spice on mine.
it's a very fleshy.
Damn.
It's very fleshy. But
So what you're saying is when you die, I need to take a hammer
No.
to your phone before
no,
anybody else gets
I
it.
don't care.
Oh,
You know me. I'm an open book. I'll tell you everything that I did.
before
Our dog
anybody
is
gets
open. No, I'll tell you everything I did. But what I want, I know spiritually that's not the answer. It's just
Right.
actually just for looks, for me.
Right.
We don't respect thoughts anyway.
We don't respect thoughts. No.
But you watch them.
We do.
I do, but I don't give them no respect.
No respect, though.
What you got to say?
I don't have anything to say. I actually have a lot to say, but I don't have
I do.
anything to say.
Okay,
We'll say that for another.
that's a whole nother conversation.
Another segment.
Yeah. So
Because that'll just be my point.
right.
You
Yeah.
look at her on the screen and you label her. Don't know anything about her.
No, but
We know what she's putting
But you,
out.
but you quit to label her.
She is wearing
as
a
thought.
Thoughts uniform.
That's it. That's it.
She's wearing
That's
a
all
Thoughts
I'm saying.
uniform.
Okay. Moving on.
I mean, when she's wearing an outfit that accentuates her flesh,
I can only assume.
that's it. I mean, what else? What
It
else
makes
do?
an ass out of you.
What else do I have to go on?
Maybe so. Maybe so.
And that's the
How
thing.
about we just don't judge people?
I mean, if you showing off your titties before you open your mouth, I don't know where your brain is. I don't know where your head is.
I can't get past those titties.
But I can't
You know what I mean?
enjoy that I have nice titties.
No, you can. But if every picture that you throw up
Right.
is that, it's more than just. I don't know.
If all a man sees is your titties, he's not gonna give a shit what's in your head.
So enjoy your own titties.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That's
go
what
post
I'm
it there for
saying.
everybody.
No,
Y'all
I
are proving my point.
get what you're saying. I'm just saying if you enjoy your titties, enjoy them. That's my point.
But if you want more, don't put them out there so much.
I don't agree with that.
We agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole nother topic. We could get into
It
that.
is.
That's a whole nother
Yeah, it
topic.
is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
All right.
we're good.
Well, Kelly, thanks for joining.
Yeah,
we
thanks for
appreciate
joining.
You're welcome.
Alrighty then. And I'll see you later.
All right, can I hang up now?
Yes, you can hang up.
You can hang up.
All right.
Y'all behave yourselves.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Bye.
But
Andy out. So we'll be back with another segment in a second. Yo. Back. Segment 2, episode 46. Feeling good.
we're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Oh, sounds different from me.
Yeah. Take the echo out.
All right. So we had a beer swap.
Yeah, I switched to
I'm still drinking the same barley wine. Feeling good. 13%. Fucked up right now.
I bet you are.
Mm-hmm.
13% will do that to you. I switched to, this is called, it's from Three Floyds again. That's what I had in the first segment, the same brewer. I don't know where they're at. I need to look that up.
Three Floyds.
Yeah. But this is Gumball Head American White Pale Ale. I've never had a Gumball Head. Look at the can. I'm going to put that in the camera. Got a gumball head on it. It looked like an evil gumball. And the slogan on the beer says, it's not normal.
It's not.
No, it's not. I've never had a gumball head. I didn't even know they made a beer called Gumball Head.
Three Floyds is from Indiana.
There you go. I'm trying to find
Might
how.
have to look up this one too.
Oh, it's 5.6 ABV.
O'Connor Brewing.
Gotcha.
So I got like I said, O'Connor Brewing, El Guapo
I've had that one.
Agave IPA, 7.5% ABV.
Gumball Head ain't bad. It ain't bad.
I'll tell us in a second where it is.
Norfolk,
Norfolk.
Norfolk,
Norfolk.
Norfolk, VA.
Yeah.
Or as the outsiders say, Norfolk.
Norfolk. I mean, to be honest, it is NORFOLK.
Yeah, but when I hear somebody say that, I know for a fact they're not from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I was down in Norfolk. Nah, you ain't from there.
You was reading the map, nigga. You ain't from there. Norfolk.
Nothing.
Norfolk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like when you hear somebody say Parham or Parham Road.
I mean, it's Parham if you
Parham.
read it.
Yeah, it's Parham.
But if you're from here,
It's Parham.
it's Parham.
Yeah.
Was it depending on where you from? Because like we got like Verona,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but down in like outside of Raleigh, there's a place called Fuquay Varina.
Yeah.
They say Varina, so it's
It's Verona.
yeah. You say Varina, they know you ain't from around there.
Yeah.
From around there.
So-
Yeah.
It's Verona.
Man, they go, man.
And then there's the whole Powell height, Poe height dilemma. Listen, I know what I call it.
Yeah. It's Poe White.
Yes.
Even Poe Whites call it Poe White.
Yeah, I know exactly what I call
It's
it.
Poe White. Ain't no fucking Pow height. Horse Dave says the Dusty Whites. Oh shit.
Man, y'all are hilarious. Y'all funny. Funny.
Before we get to the next topic, oh shit, brain fart.
It happens.
Fuck me.
Take another sip, it'll come back to you.
Let me do that.
You was gonna do
Oh.
it regardless.
Told you.
Have y'all watched Squid Game?
No,
No.
have not.
You should.
Have not yet.
You should watch it. Pretty fucking good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So just want to throw that out there. Excellent TV. I don't know what that is. So, there was an investigation into the Washington football team,
Yes, it was.
mainly because of the prior shit that was going on that led people to say you should probably look into the Washington football team is basically what it is.
You mean the fact that it was a cesspool?
The cesspool, the sexism, all that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So there was they hired somebody to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we ain't got no damn cheerleaders now.
Yeah, that's weird.
You have a dance team. Anyways, go ahead.
There's
Go ahead.
guys on that dance team.
Go ahead. There's male cheerleaders. That's a whole nother
Yeah.
topic. Go ahead.
Being
But-
inclusive to the games.
But because what it came out before is that it was a toxic situation in the Washington football team, sexism and all this sort of stuff, which it was.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's refuting that.
Right.
So, but being that it was so much of it, somebody said you probably should look more into it,
Yeah.
and so they did,
Mm-hmm.
and they came up with 650,000 emails,
Right.
but they singled out 6 of them
For John Gruden.
for John Gruden, who shows as a racist, homophobic. It's another adjective, or he crossed all the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and the well, you said the sexist
sexist,
Yeah.
homophobic,
and racist.
and racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
There we go.
I will say this.
Mhm.
I'm not defending John Gruden.
No.
Not at all. But what I will say, as a former football player and coach, I coached a long time, played a long time. How can I say this? The John Gruden emails sound like every old school football coach I've ever been around.
Now it is what it is. And
Now, is it bad? Yes.
Sure.
Were they some messed up things? Yes. But and then again, I want to make it clear, I'm not defending him at all. I'm not. I'm just saying he ain't the only old school football coach that talks like that.
And also, not my text messages or my emails, but if you sat into some of my conversations with my friends, you're gonna hear some wild shit.
Uh-huh.
This just is what it is.
Yeah. But like I said,
And normally, being that he did not work for the NFL
right.
at the time of it,
Mm-hmm.
normally I don't think it would have made such a stir if something else wasn't going on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And as they always say, the cover up is worse than the crime.
Yes, it is.
And so, put John Gruden aside.
Mm-hmm.
He was emailing somebody within the organization, which was Bruce Allen.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
So he felt comfortable
Mhm.
saying this shit. Not to say DeMar Smith, or was it DeMar Smith?
Yeah.
He might have had big lips. That's just.
He does.
I don't
That's
know.
not the
That's
point.
not the point. But he felt comfortable saying this sort of thing to somebody on the other end of this email.
Right.
Now, this guy on the other end of the email, who's also best friends with the owner of the football team,
Right.
who's also best friends with another football team. If I'm just gonna put this out there, what's the owner's name?
Dan
Mr.
Snyder.
Snyder is almost best friends with Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you feel comfortable putting this in an email, obviously there's a goody buddy system going on here.
Right.
That this goes bigger than Allen and Snyder.
If you
I
thought,
think it gets to Jerry Jones because it's all a group.
well, if you thought that John Gruden was bad, if you ever listened to Jerry Jones, I'll say this.
All his people are slaves.
I saw something on Facebook that said if you thought John Gruden's emails were bad, Jerry Jones emails must be the must be the cast of the Django.
Yeah, listen.
Maybe I'm just the old school one here, but why in the fuck
Okay.
would you say all of this stuff in emails on the company server and all of this stuff knowing that at some point this could come back? Like I was saying, like
feel
whether
comfortable.
what you're saying is right or not,
You feel comfortable.
you say that, but that shit can come back at any point.
Because in those 6,000 emails, there's more than that, and they're covering it up.
Well, had the internal Washington football team shit not come out,
Right.
this shit never would have came out. And when you're typing this type of thing, you're so confident and comfortable with whoever you're talking to, you're not thinking this shit's gonna come out.
Right.
Emails can always come out.
No, I mean you should know that.
I mean, because there's an actual physical record
Right.
of some shit you did. Why the hell would you do that on record?
Well, also 10 years ago they weren't quote unquote canceling people.
True.
There was still a record of what
No, there
you
was
were
a
saying.
record, but
Uh-huh.
it hasn't. It wasn't a big thing back then of going back into people's records and looking. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but you don't say something on record that you would never say in person.
No, just
Well,
you
but
shouldn't.
You shouldn't. But
If you don't
I think
do
it
that.
goes to what Art said. The NFL owners, and when you're on that level in the NFL, it's an old boys club. They feel like they're untouchable.
They just found out they aren't. Or they're
Did
about
they
to.
really?
Or they're
Or
about
did they
to.
just sacrifice John Gruden?
No, they tried to sacrifice him, but now, according to what we're reading,
Right.
Well, they thought it was going to stop there.
Right. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
they thought it. Yeah, clearly.
But that's why they did it, Cliff, because they felt they were untouchable. NFL owners feel like they're untouchable. Usually,
Because usually they are.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Usually, they are untouchable. Government leaves them alone. They have their own antitrust stuff, and they're untouchable. They do whatever they want, and then nobody really says anything.
They're all billionaires. It's not like where billionaires own all major sports teams.
Yeah.
But as far as untouchable as what they think, what the perceived perception of it, Major League Baseball and NFL. We know that basketball is that's not as untouchable as we've seen it.
Because I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but
Because in Major League Baseball, the players' union is really what controls a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And in basketball, the players control the team.
Yeah.
Like LeBron pretty much runs the league.
in the NFL,
In the NFL, that is a no-no. The owners
the players,
do whatever.
the players union just negotiate as best as they can, but the owners own that shit.
Right. The owners own it all.
Yes.
So that's the difference, and the owners feel they're untouchable. They do whatever, and it's basically deal with it.
And to be honest, if you really dig down deep or think about it, you knew that's who John Gruden was.
Yeah.
And you know that's who a lot of these coaches and shit
What I
are.
just tell you.
Yes. You just fucking know it. You can look at them and it fucking oozes out
What I
of them.
just tell you.
And I don't and I accepted it because I don't care. I just want to see my team win.
Haven't
But
been a lot of that. But go ahead. That's a whole.
but no, but
But that's all we want.
Right.
And I think they knew that sort of thing about themselves. They knew that they were so bad that they could just do whatever.
Yeah.
And get away with it, which they have for so much. But being that there was a investigation,
Right.
some of the chips are gonna fall.
Yeah.
And they tried.
They
They
tried
tried.
to cover it up.
It's not gonna. It's not
That's
gonna
why
work.
they're
Not in
we talked
today's
about
age.
it
If this happened 20 years ago,
oh, it was over.
John Gruden, it would stop at John Gruden, and you
Yeah.
would have heard no more about it.
Yeah, we talked.
And he
We
wouldn't
talked
have lost
about
his job either.
yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it off air. How they tried to cover it up. That's why there's no written um, report. The lady Beth Wilkerson that did the investigation. She was hired by the Washington and by the league, and they basically said they want an oral report. They don't want it written down.
They don't.
Now, why would you request an oral report and not have some documentation of what it says?
So there's no record.
It's
Exactly.
it's weird that they.
That's why.
It's weird that they could say that and think that nobody is paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
But maybe a lot of people aren't paying attention
Yeah.
to what's going on. To be honest.
And if you follow some of the Washington players on Twitter and on Instagram, they leave a lot of cryptic tweets
They do.
and messages
Everyone
about
does.
about a lot of stuff that happened in DC in the Washington football team. They all of them do. I mean, I follow a bunch of them because I'm a fan of the team, so I follow a bunch of the players and former players, and they all leave little cryptic stuff. And you kind of got to read between the lines, like, whoa, that's interesting.
And that's why I think
It's a lot more than what they're
it's
putting out.
It's
It's a
I
hell
think
of a
it's,
lot more.
Yeah,
I think yes, they sacrifice John Gruden, and it's
They tried.
It's not
They
even
tried
they
to
tried, but
sacrifice him.
he's not gonna roll over because he's the type of dude he is.
right.
But it's even not about John Gruden or Bruce Allen or Daniel Snyder. I think it's more about Jerry Jones, what we're gonna find out in the end.
I think it's about all of them
Mhm.
because Jay Gruden was on.
Well, he
Well, but listen, this is
Yeah.
interesting. You'll find this interesting. He was on a radio show giving an interview, and
recently or
recently,
Okay,
this
okay.
was like 2 weeks ago,
okay.
they asked him about John Gruden, about his brother, obviously.
Mm.
And the question was, how did your interview go in the investigation? Jay Gruden responds,
That was never an interview.
exactly. He responded, I was never interviewed for the investigation. Now, how can the head coach of the team that you're investigating never be interviewed in the investigation?
Or the GM.
Because they didn't want his real input.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know any history on during that time, he didn't get along during that time with the aforementioned Bruce Allen.
Well, you know what?
And I think they didn't want him interviewed because
Well-
he probably would have dropped down.
Well, see, here's the thing about people. The eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yeah.
You can look at Jay Gruden and say you can look at him and he's not an awful person.
No.
You can look at John Gruden and see something's there.
And
you know what I'm
can-
saying?
Yeah. And you can look at Bruce Allen
Yeah,
and
you
just,
like
that
you see
motherfucker-
that shit.
Yeah.
Jay Gruden wasn't with that shit,
Right.
but he knows that shit. You know what I
Right.
mean?
He knew he wouldn't have dropped a dime.
He wouldn't drop his brother.
Not on his brother,
but-
but on Bruce Allen, he
Yeah,
would have.
But I know for not for a
But I
fact,
think
but
he knew he had to know they were connected.
yeah, he does.
Probably.
But
You're probably right.
I don't know for a fact, but I can tell that Jay Gruden wasn't in on all that shit that was going on there. But he knew,
He knew what was
but it
happening.
was like,
Well, he had his
brother.
own shit going on.
Yeah,
That's
he had his
true.
own shit. He did his own
That's
shit
true.
going on.
That's true.
But if you think if it stops with John Gruden, you are
you're
mistaken.
crazy. Yeah, you're crazy. Because John Gruden wasn't the only one. You got Jerry Jones. You got the owner of the Texans.
Yes. It's a good old boy association type of thing.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And actually, so Dallas is still one of the top 5 franchises in the world. This is
Yeah.
over soccer, anything. Dallas and Washington is in the top 10.
Yeah.
So it's a tight knit group
Mm-hmm.
who all think and feel the same way.
Yeah. And it's a lot. I'm gonna put it to you like this: they released 6 emails out of 6,560,
Mhm.
and said that the NFL released a statement said that those are the only bad ones. Now listen.
If there's 650,000,
Yes.
yeah, it's not. Of course, it's not 650,000 that are bad.
Right.
But
It's
it's
a lot
more than
more than
6.
six.
More,
Yeah.
yeah.
More than 6.
Yes. There's a lot more than 6, and I'm not saying that all of the ones that are bad that they release probably are terrible or horrendous, but there's more bad ones than 6.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, just an average person, if you check their emails, if you go through and investigate their emails, their Twitter, their Instagram, the average person, if you grab 6,000 emails, you're going to find about
Listen.
9, at least 9 to 10 that are sketchy.
Saying some dude has lips the size of Michelin tires is probably the least of the worst ones.
If you
Right.
go through that minute, if you find one, there's a shitload more.
Yeah.
Boy, if they just released the ones that just said, you know what, the
Yeah.
public can take these.
Yeah,
They
the fall guy.
sacrificed
We had
John
a fall
They
guy.
sacrificed John Gruden.
Yeah.
John Gruden had a 10-year contract. He was on what, year 4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if
That
you
was
notice,
fully guaranteed by
that's
the
what I
way.
was getting ready to say. And he got fired, but they didn't say they was going to stop paying.
No. And he's not going to get his whole contract, but
No.
he's going to get pretty good.
Oh no, they cut a deal.
Yeah, they cut a
They
deal.
cut a deal.
Yeah. What's interesting,
But also, John Gruden's also a dude who doesn't go along with the get along.
Yeah.
That's another thing. He's not like a fall in line type of
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
I think they wanted him to quit after the DeMaurice Smith emails, because DeMaurice Smith emails came out on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't quit. He coached Sunday,
Well,
and then
they had to drop the
the LGBT.
the Roger Goodell's a FAGGOT joint
Right.
Yeah.
to get him to quit.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can talk about the blacks. You can talk
Yeah,
about the women.
talk about a black guy.
Don't you
he-
dare talk about the gays.
Yeah,
Don't you dare.
yeah. They released it, and the bigger question is who is releasing the email? How does those 6 get out?
Probably
See,
Roger Goodell.
I have
I
that
thought
theory.
that too.
I don't think it's Goodell because he works for the owners. So I don't believe it's him. I have my theory. I don't want to say the
I think
name
it's
that
Jerry
I'm thinking
Jones.
of. I think it's someone bigger than that. I just don't want to say on,
There's a
on the
theory out there
on the
that-
record.
There's a theory going out there that it was Dan Snyder.
I don't think it was him either.
Might have been.
I'll tell y'all off the record, but yeah, I don't. And then you'll know why I don't want to say it on the record.
Okay.
Or it could have been one of the players.
Nah, I don't think it was a player.
Mm-mm.
But
Player ain't got that much pull.
Right,
But
right.
it's not all, you know.
All
If
I'm
you
saying
think-
is I think this is all part of a bigger plan.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is. And if you think that John Gruden was the worst of them, you are very mistaken.
Right.
He wasn't.
Mhm.
And I actually personally don't see it as that bad. I'm not, like I said, I'm not defending him,
Right.
but he might have had a bad run-in with DeMaurice Smith, and you just never know. You never know. I find it hard to believe that
And he had a gay player on his team.
I find it hard to believe that a coach in this day and era has that much of a problem with, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is after listening to the quarterback shit that he's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, he's an old guy. I just find it hard to believe that it stops with him and that he's the worst of the problem.
Right.
I don't really have a big problem. I mean, listen,
I mean, what he said is horrendous.
it's fucking, but if you, like I said,
There's more to it.
if you sat into my conversations with these two guys, or even people I work with, you'll hear some horrendous shit.
But you know what? You don't have documentation of it.
You
There
don't,
ain't no emails with this
Nah.
shit.
I would never put that shit in email.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
man.
text message.
That's what I'm saying.
Who the fuck does that?
That's what I
But
was
that
getting at,
was
man. Like,
10
yo,
years ago. He didn't understand what he was doing.
yeah.
Email?
You should have understood it 2 years ago.
No, but
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And now Congress is involved.
Which
Yeah.
Congress has nothing to do with this. They just like dipping in and putting their name on shit. But it's what the fuck does Congress have to do with this?
Because they feel like somebody has to have some oversight.
Yes, it is.
That's what I was about to say.
They just want to stip, put their nose in it,
Yeah.
be
That's
in
what I
charge
was
of
about to say.
shit. No, but we'll see. We'll see. It's coming down the line.
Yeah.
Cover ups worsen the crime,
Always.
and we will see, and it'll be better off because of it.
Yeah.
But just hold your horses.
So.
But yeah, so yeah, we'll be back in a second with another segment. Man, one day we're gonna start recording the between the segment shit.
We should.
No, we should not.
That shit
Then,
is
then we'll
wild.
wind up like John Gruden.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Or Dave Chappelle will round up. They'll be
Yes.
picketing outside.
We say a lot of sexist and derogatory shit during it. At least I did.
It's not sexy.
Actually, I don't even think it was derogatory.
No, it's not.
No,
No.
freaky.
It
Yeah,
was freaky.
there was some freaky.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
There were some things discussed in there that probably shouldn't be on there.
Well, it shouldn't be on there before 10 p.m.
Shouldn't be on air at all.
No, that conversation should stay behind closed
Really?
doors. Yeah.
All right, if we put that conversation out, this would be our very last episode. There would be picket signs outside, and we would all get the sternly worded emails.
Hence it's kind of the theme of the last segment is listen, we all got shit that we talk about.
Yeah.
But just switch beers.
Yes, I changed to a Stone Brewing, and it's simply called a delicious IPA.
Oh, I've had that. It is delicious.
It is citrusy lemon drop hops.
Mhm.
It's 7.7%.
That is a West Coast style of IPA.
Look at you,
Pretty good.
big brain on art.
IPAs are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just do this.
Stone Brewing.
You know,
It's the broken skull.
for good old El Segundo.
Then a commercial with the one with Stone Cold, Ice-T, and Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trips me out every time.
Yeah.
I see it a lot.
If El Segundo, you want to send us a case because Cliff drinks it on every show,
Yep.
we will gladly shout you out. Just putting it out.
Or if you want to make a Brews and Views beer.
Yeah, if you want to do that, we'll gladly talk to you.
Yep.
Because we're in the process of trying to get our own beer.
Trying to get on beer. We actually bought a brew kit, and we'll eventually brew our own beer, but we still don't know. There's
don't
so
know.
much. I just watched this video on how they brew beer actually,
Right.
and a brew kit's not going to do it justice.
No.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to make a beer,
Right.
but the shit that goes into actually making it and making it how you want it to be, it's so involved that it's going to take money.
Right.
Which one day I'm still going to do.
Hey, the Braves won. Oh,
Gonna
sorry.
do. Braves won?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Okay. Okay.
So Braves Astros World
World
Series.
Series. Yeah.
Fuck. Nobody want to see that.
Yeah, well.
I can't complain because I just wanted the Yankees out, and I got that.
You got that.
So I'm good.
I wanted to see the Dodgers versus anybody. But actually, listen, the Braves did well because that was 4-2.
Yeah.
4-2. Braves stepped up to the plate.
Would have been nice to see the Dodgers against the Astros.
Listen.
Not cheating.
The last time
It would have been nice.
the last time they faced, the Astros was in a cheating year,
Mhm.
and the Astros won the World Series. So it would have been nice for a little payback.
See
Yeah.
them not beating on trash cans.
Yeah. Listen, if you know anything about baseball, they're always looking to see if pitchers are tipping pitches or
Right.
catchers are being careless with the signs they're doing. That's within the game.
Right.
But if you're using iPads and trash cans to relay this is what's going
Right.
on, it's cheating. So, and it's actually like 3 or 4 players left from that team that are on this Astros team. So I don't know if
Correa.
Correa, Jose Altuve, who, if you watch him, he didn't need to cheat.
No, he didn't.
Altuve, who's is about as tall as I am, is a phenomenal baseball player.
Yes, he is.
But I don't know. But they're still getting booed, even though there's only like 4 players on that team.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them play the Dodgers because I don't think it's going to be the same intensity.
Right.
Fuck. Oh well.
Yep. What?
But speaking of sports,
Yeah.
Ben Simmons
Mm-hmm.
is having a rough go at it with his team this year.
Yeah. He tried to force his way out.
His Sixers. He thought, I think, because NBA players have a lot of power, they do.
Right.
I think he thought that he was on that level to where he had that power. And
No.
he quickly found out he does not.
Right.
Now, mind you, this is a guy who, when he went to LSU, he only went to LSU just because there was the rule that you couldn't go to the NBA.
Right.
And he publicly stated that he's just there to do that. So he's one of these guys that seems like it's all about him. He doesn't care about winning or anything like that. He's been in the league 5 or 6 years.
Right.
Hasn't gotten any better. Doesn't work on his game, and he's all butthurt because he's butthurt because his team and mainly his coach. When his coach was asked, Doc Rivers was asked, "Can you win a championship with Ben Simmons?" All Doc said is, "I don't know,"
Right.
because it's an honest answer.
Because it hadn't happened yet, so you don't know.
Don't know.
There was that, and there was that comment that Embiid said
Yes.
at the same time. Yeah.
Yes, and this is a point guard who's very important if you're at a point guard team or one of these teams that not relying on your Kobe or your Michael Jordan or shit like that. He's very influential and very important on the team, but he can't shoot, nor will he take the shot.
Well, that's a confidence thing. He's. I don't know. I ain't gonna say he's scared to shoot, but he knows more than likely he's not gonna make it.
But why does he put out these videos on social media of him making these shots?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's more his agent or somebody on his team, publicist. I don't think that's actually him because he does not want to shoot. He does not want to.
He doesn't want to take a dunk if he
Right.
gets fouled.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to. And they say right now he's mentally not ready to play for the 76ers.
Well, he's not, but I don't think he cares about being good. I think he's one of these dudes that just wants money and the fame and the show. Because
I think he cares about being good.
no, he does not.
I know we talked about mental illness before, but I think this is one of those times that is being used as an excuse.
He thinks
Probably.
he cares about how people see him, even though he's not doing the things to make people see him that
but
way.
There's a difference between being good and great. I think he cares about being good.
He thinks he's good enough.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I think he cares about being good. I don't know if he thinks he's good enough. In other words, he thinks he's good, and it's everybody else.
But
He wants the lifestyle of the elite superstar, but
Right.
he doesn't want to put in the work.
But he doesn't. I don't think he wants to work at it like a Kobe or a Mike.
or
I think-
anybody.
I think he. Well, there's guys in the NBA that don't really work at it, but
They don't. Some of those guys don't have to.
right. That's
He
what I was
has
getting
to.
ready to say. He has to, but he doesn't. He thinks he's good enough right now. He thinks it's everybody else.
And it's not because so
Because the one real weakness in this game is that he can't shoot. The problem is that's a big fucking weakness.
for a guard, absolutely.
Not even that you can't shoot, the fact that you won't.
Right.
Like Lonzo can't shoot. He still is so at shooting. But you know what Lonzo does? He shoots a fucking basketball.
Right.
You know, Giannis is not a great shooter, but you know what Giannis is? He's not afraid to.
Giannis attacks.
And actually, he wants to be
Right.
better than he is. I don't think Ben Simmons wants to be better than. I think he thinks he's good enough, and I think all he cares about is the money.
Well, see, I think he thinks he's good and he wants to be good. But there is, in my mind, there is a difference between being good and great. The greats, Mike, Kobe, Braun, those type of guys. I think Ben Simmons,
I think he thinks he's good enough already.
right? He thinks he's good. It's almost an arrogance to say, "Well, I'm good enough. Why are we not winning? It's because of somebody else." Is what I'm saying.
This is that Instagram era.
Well, yeah.
Well, because
Because even Kevin
well,
Durant works at his game.
but also NBA, which is unlike anything else, and Major League Baseball, money's guaranteed. He got his money.
Right.
He feels he doesn't have to do anything else.
Right.
But I mean, some people want to win their
Yeah. Well, and
people
that's,
like money, but people aren't trying to get embarrassed on the fucking
And-
basketball court.
and when you're a player and you're making millions, wow, to us three, he's making an ass worth of money. Okay. To the owner, it's a drop in the bucket. When you're a billionaire and you got to pay a millionaire, it's a drop in the bucket. And if you heard what Daryl Morey said in his interview, he said this could go on for 3-4 years. We're not going to move him until we get what we feel is fair value.
Which he's not going to get.
No, he's not going to
Well,
get.
then,
But
so
they're in the driver's seat just because the Sixers can win without him.
they've proven it before, and his contract is 3-4 years. It's not the same situation like when Kevin Durant was going through that with the Warriors. He was on the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't have any control.
He's got like 3 years.
He's
left
got
on
3-4
him.
years left on his deal. He has zero control because they can basically sit you for 3 years if they want to.
And they want equal value, which they're not going to get.
Well,
At
then-
least from anytime soon, they're not going to
right.
get equal.
So
equal
he
value.
has to. I don't know what to tell him. Suck it up.
Be a
What-
fucking man.
What he should have did.
He ain't
This,
gonna do shit because if they gonna pay him to sit at home, he ain't gonna do shit.
but this is what he should have did. Okay. Instead of going public and doing all the shit you did, saying you'll never play for him again and all that, when you have no control, you should have walked into the GM's office and the owner and said, "Look, publicly, I'm going to say everything right. I'm going to come to work. I'm going to work hard. I want to win, but I want you to trade me. I'm not going to try to grandstand or tell you I'm going to come to work. I'm going to do it. If anybody asks, I'm going to say I'm a Sixer and I want to be a Sixer and tell y'all trade me, but please trade me." And that's what he should have did. That's what a man does.
Well,
That's what he should've
the only thing I push back on with that, we don't know that he didn't do that. We see the ugly part now.
Well, that's true.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
That's all I'm
it
saying.
seems like that's not what he did, though.
No, it seems
Right.
out of his character, which I will give you.
Because he
Right.
seems like a bitch
But we don't
ass
know
nigga.
that he didn't do that.
He's a band.
He's a band. He's a bitch ass nigga.
He's a band.
I will say that he can come check me if I want, but if he wants, he's a bitch ass nigga because he cares more about himself than he does about his craft and who he's, you know what I'm saying, what he's doing for a living. I think he cares
That
about.
makes you a bitch.
Yes.
I care more about myself than my crap.
No. No. What I'm saying is, but you're not a basketball player or an NFL player.
It's still a job.
Yeah, it's still a job, but
A career, excuse
these
me.
people don't care. The greats don't carry it like that.
Well, we've established he's not one of those.
Yeah, he'll never be a Braun or Kobe or Mike.
But he could be.
He could.
He has the skill for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the mentality.
Because he's a bitch ass nigga.
I will not argue that.
Yeah, I can't argue that, but it's a certain mentality that you need to have. I mean, this is off subject.
It's a waste of space, though. It's
You gotta have that mentality, and that's something you're born with. Like Tim Legler, they asked him about Michael Jordan, and they said, in today's NBA, with the way the rules are set up, what do you think of Michael Jordan if he was playing during this NBA? And Tim Legler said, without skipping a beat, he said Mike would average 50 in this league.
he would murder these kids. He would murder these kids. Murder them.
he said without any hand checking, he said the Pistons had a whole Michael Jordan rule where they would foul him coming down the lane. He said right now they would all be thrown out, suspended. He said if Michael Jordan played in this era,
He would
he's
murder.
50 points a game.
Fuck, I'll give you this. If Kobe was born 10 years later,
Right.
he would be. we would be arguing who's. We would really be arguing who's better, Michael or Kobe.
Right.
If he was born 10 years later, we would be arguing.
And that's
that
what
shit.
I'm saying. Ben could be on that level, but he doesn't want
no,
to.
he thinks he's on that level.
Right. That's what I was getting ready
That's
to
the
say.
problem because he had the skill set. I'm not saying he had, but he had the skill set to be LeBron Part 2.
Yeah.
He had the skill set.
That dude, listen, Ben Simmons' skill set is
And he hasn't-
ridiculous.
Because LeBron ain't the greatest shooter,
No.
but LeBron has worked enough to make himself, to make you have to respect his jumps.
Absolutely.
Actually, Ben Simmons is everything that Kevin Durant isn't. Like,
Yeah.
if you could merge the Kevin Durant and the Ben Simmons, because it's the same body type. Actually, they're the same exact body type, just about.
Yeah. But
One plays offense, one plays defense. If you could,
I ain't a huge Kevin Durant fan, but his game has grown since he's been in the league.
you can't.
And that's
check
the
him.
difference.
Kevin Durant was just getting away from him. You wouldn't be able to say shit bad about him.
Well, he don't even know where it is. I don't think he's ever seen the
I'm just gonna
inside.
tell you.
That's what I don't understand. Is it because the NBA contracts are guaranteed
Mhm.
that the Kevin Durant's, the Russell Westbrook, like how can you be 33 years old and you still can't shoot and you're a guard?
Because it's not necessarily the NBA, it's just today's generation.
Yeah, and you don't have to.
But so somebody like Russell Westbrook, who seems like he cares so, like he goes hard.
He
He
does.
seems like he wants to be that dude, but yet he still can't shoot.
Because he knew he could ultimately team up with LeBron and AD and try to get him a ring.
And listen, the world is different.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking
And-
sad.
In the 80s and 90s, cats would work tirelessly on their game.
You had to because you could play defense back then.
Well, true. But what I'm saying is every aspect of your game you would work on. Now,
Now you just work on how you look in the picture.
well, now you work on,
Oh, selfie angle. Bitches.
if you're good at one thing, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Like, I love Steph Curry. I think he's a great. But Steph is a shooter, right? Has Steph worked on playing defense? Does he look any better playing defense? No,
No.
because he know he can shoot. But yet, in this generation, they're like, he's one of the greatest players of all time.
It's not actually. If you want to be honest, total package, Jimmy Butler's the best player in the league right now.
Oh, that's a debatable. But I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like
I
where
could-
you're going, but
Yeah.
that's a debate
But-
to be had.
but-
I like
but-
where
yeah,
you're going.
I- that's what I
I
said.
just
That's
picked one off the
debatable.
top of my head.
No, I like
Yeah,
where you're going.
that's debatable.
I like
Total
yeah.
package.
Right.
But yeah,
Yes.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In this generation, they say, "Well, Steph's one of the greatest ever. He's one of the great." Now, greatest shooters, yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm willing to say he is the best shooter
right.
ever.
But a greatest
I've
player,
But greatest player? No.
No. Not
No.
even. No.
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 but that's what I'm saying. But he doesn't have to work on defense because don't nobody else play defense anyway, so it don't fucking matter.
No.
And that's why I don't like today's NBA.
It's horrible.
That because little bitches don't want no contact. They all want to float out to the 3-point line.
They do. There's nothing.
And if you get hit, just flail your arms and fall out of bounds, and you'll get the call.
There's nothing like watching a '96 Knicks versus Pacers basketball game. That's a basketball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is the final score was 84-80, and they don't want that today.
No, they don't want that.
That's the only. We loved it. That was good basketball.
Because that shit was physical as
Yes, it
fuck.
was.
Yeah.
But they don't want that now. That ain't enough points.
You couldn't come down the lane and shoot a finger roll from the foul line.
No. All they want is scoring. Like you think when baseball went on strike, what brought it back? The home run chase.
Yep.
And that's why niggas. That's why they
You
allowed.
get what
the
I'm saying?
steroids-
And
That's why
that's-
they allowed the steroids
there you
to
go.
go on.
Yeah.
Same thing in basketball.
Same
when
thing
they,
in
when they
football.
when they went on strike, they had their lockout. They came back. They started changing the rules.
Same thing in football.
I mean,
That's why
football as well.
you can't hit a quarterback now. If you breathe on them too hard, it's a personal foul, and you can't touch a receiver at all. If you touch them, it's illegal contact. If you mess with them, it's pass interference. It's all
That's right. Because they wanted to increase offense.
they want. An NFL game, they want the score to be 50-48.
That's what I think.
No more 3-zip.
Yeah,
They
they
don't want
want
no more
that.
of them.
Well, that's what they. If sports
Ratings.
are basically modern day gladiators, right?
Right.
So shouldn't you just, if it's physical, harmful, whatever, this is what the people signed up for millions of dollars. They're not going to work 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I
I
agree.
agree with you.
But
But in today's world, it's changed the rules
The
so I can
problem,
get the outcome I want.
I'm gonna tell you,
and-
the
and
problem
that's-
is because the people who are paying those millions are these TV networks, and
Right,
they know what
and
they
that's-
want to show to their was their
The sponsors and all that.
to the
Yeah.
people that
Safety.
watch.
Or,
But
No,
but that's what
They
I'm
don't give a
saying.
fuck about safety.
no,
it's-
some apparently they do.
Now safety is
No.
a cover to change the rules.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's because you can't holler about safety. Like I'm gonna use the NFL. You can't holler about player safety, but then say we're gonna go to 17 games.
That's what I'm saying. Should we?
Or
even-
say we're going to play a game every Thursday,
Yeah,
right after you finish playing Sunday.
you
what I'm
can't.
saying.
Nothing safe about
That's
that.
why. But that's why I'm saying, man. They shouldn't even say.
But it's
Be,
just
be honest, because the money's still gonna flow. Am I right?
Right.
The money's still gonna go, right?
But they're still greedy.
Yeah.
So
No,
they
but-
can't be honest.
No, but the
The
money.
money's gonna flow out, but here's the difference. If you're honest, you're only gonna get 100 million. If you lie about,
How? People still gonna watch football,
yeah, but
no matter if somebody's getting their actual, literally, if somebody's getting their head taken off, they're still gonna watch it.
but like Cliff said, they're still gonna watch it. But if you're honest about it, people gonna watch it, but they ain't gonna let their kids play. So if you don't have players, your league's gonna die out. That's number one.
Got to keep the pipeline.
And
going.
number two,
That's what's happening to baseball.
and the NFL's been honest
Well,
about
baseball, I don't understand really.
this. NFL has been honest about this. Number two, if it's too violent or if it's not enough scoring, you don't get the female viewer. The NFL has been open about that. So now guys are gonna watch it. Guys will love to see somebody's head get taken off. We'll talk about that shit for weeks. Females a lot of times
The
don't.
female viewer has grown over the years in NFL.
Right. And that's the difference between you only getting 100 million or you getting 400 million. 100 million should be enough, but it's not because they're greedy.
They're greedy.
I think they should take a chance and just do it because I think people still gonna watch.
Yeah, guys,
I think women will still watch.
some, but you ain't gonna get all of them, and they want all.
Problem is, no, when they try to cover it up with safety, was because they didn't want their marquee players to get hurt.
That too.
That's what it is. You can't go out here and pay your quarterback $300 million, and then 3 weeks later he gets hurt. He's done for the year. Ain't nobody, because everybody came to see him.
They did, but I think people, just football, not basketball, baseball, or anything other sport. I think people love their team so much in football that they don't give a fuck who's playing, and
True,
they'll
but-
still watch.
But when you pay Aaron Rodgers 300 million
Mhm.
and he separates a shoulder because a defensive lineman fell on him,
Mm-hmm.
now you have a rule in the NFL that you can't put your weight down on the quarterback.
Right.
True that, but still, people still gonna come watch Green Bay.
And remember, those rules
Now,
started
it might not be
changing when
every
Tom
team.
Brady got hurt.
Yeah.
It might not be every team, but people,
And-
people gonna watch Green Bay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though.
Hold
That's
on.
how the rules change because the other one is Lamar Jackson doesn't get a lot of those
They
protections.
do. I think they're misjudging the crowd
Well, that could be true. I don't
because
know,
you're still gonna watch Washington no matter who the fuck's on the team.
but I have. Have you seen Washington?
But that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
No matter who, football aside,
But
aside from any other sport,
yeah,
football, no matter who's on the team, people are gonna watch.
But
now,
here-
maybe not the women,
The usuals.
But-
you
yeah,
know, you
but
wanna-
here's the
maybe
problem.
not,
Maybe not the
try
women.
new viewers.
but here's the problem.
but are they gonna lose money?
You ain't gonna get new
Yes,
viewers.
because here's the problem.
Eventually, yeah, that will.
Here's the
trickle down.
problem. Because Washington is fucking horrible.
Yes.
They're only averaging like 50,000
That's what I'm
people
saying.
in
Ain't no
their
fans
80,000
In
stadium.
the stadium.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's always
that's
more the
part of
other
the
team's
issue.
fans. You see
That's
that.
part of the issue.
So it's certain, but it's certain teams.
So yeah, I think it's enough teams if your star player get hurt.
Dallas, people still gonna go.
That's
Yeah, Dallas.
Green
way-
Bay. No, I'm
the
saying
way
it's
they
certain
get
teams.
marketed. Yeah.
But Dallas, Green Bay, teams like that, these are Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
People still gonna go.
Well, Pittsburgh, they don't fall off. Green Bay doesn't have an owner. They're owned by
But what I'm
people.
saying, as far as people coming to the game, no matter who's on the team,
They
they're gonna
own the
come.
team.
They're gonna come though.
They don't have an owner.
But they're gonna still
see the
come.
reason people are not going to see the Skins is because even
Yeah.
whether we go or not, they keep losing. Yet Daniel Snyder is still going out buying yachts.
For years.
They're not the
That's
Skins.
why we're not
They're
fucking
not the
going.
Skins. But
Watch
the
that football team.
but the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Packers, they're not the Skins. Well, actually, the Cowboys are the Skins, but
They're good.
for some reason, people still goes there.
Their fans are delusional.
Yeah.
Well,
But
they're good.
there's
They're
certain,
good through
you can
September
admit
and
there's
October.
certain teams that will never fall off as far as attendance.
Yeah, because but those aren't the teams
But
that
that's
the
what I'm
fan
saying.
bases that are protesting the owners.
But that's what I'm saying. We used to be one of those fan bases.
Yeah, we used to be.
Enough losing and enough
Yeah,
no-name players
there you go.
will
Give
do
it
it
time.
too.
We're still in the top 10 for some odd reason. I don't know how.
Because Daniel Snyder, for all of his shortcomings, is still an excellent businessman.
Yeah, but
And
apparently he's a devil.
well,
They
that
go hand in
But-
hand.
but Washington-
I mean,
Washington, because of past success, has history. So a lot of even his blunders, you still have a certain segment of the fan base that wish for the glory days.
hmm
Yeah, but maybe we shouldn't.
They ain't coming back. So
well, that probably ties into how those emails got out.
probably.
Actually, if we were honest with ourselves, we would all just shun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why we're not showing up at the game.
No, but now it's more than just the game. It's more than just showing up at the game. It's also, you know what I'm saying? It's just, if
Yeah.
we know what it is. We honestly, if we look down deep inside, we know what it is.
You can get enough cooperation
No.
on that.
And do you think this is my next question?
I'm not saying you're wrong.
No,
You just ain't
but
gonna get enough people.
no, but I'm just saying, you know what
yeah.
I'm trying to go
I get
with.
you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
We know what it is. If
This-
we were stronger,
This is my next question.
if we were stronger people,
You need numbers.
yeah.
This is my next question. Kind of getting back to the Ben Simmons, I got a question on that. If Philly did trade him, where do you think it'll be? Do you think it'll be somewhere like Washington? I don't know who they would get from Washington outside of Bradley
No,
Beal. but
I can't say that because Daryl Morey is holding out. He wants
Damian Lillard.
He wants a sizable one or two people that matches that contract.
Damian Lillard.
Yes,
that's
but
that's
Damian
what
Lillard does not want to leave.
That's why he's holding them in
Yeah.
case the Portland starts losing them, and then Damian Lillard demands a trade or Bradley Beal demands a trade. That's why he's holding them.
I think if Philly sucked without him, it wouldn't matter
I think
because they're still good. Because actually, they still are good. I mean, the past 2-3 seasons, he's been hurt,
right.
so they still win without him. Therefore, Daryl Morey is like, we're gonna fucking work it out.
I'm
We're
gonna throw
stand
this
down.
one to you. Klay Thompson.
They already got a Ben Simmons.
If I'm Golden State, I say no.
They got
Something-
Draymond.
Yes.
Because everybody that comes
Now-
to Golden State has to be able to shoot.
If they're swapping those two, maybe. But they already got a Klay Thompson. I mean
A Draymond.
A Draymond. Because that's all he is. He's not a real point guard. Even though he wants to be, because he's got this conceited idea.
He wants to
of
be
who-
Magic.
But he's not because he doesn't put in the work. But he is a Draymond. He is exactly what Draymond is.
Who's
He
that?
wants to be a Magic.
Who?
Ben
Ben
Simmons.
Simmons. He's a Draymond.
Draymond ain't
He's a-
scared to shoot.
No, he's not. But it's the same. It would be the same stat line. Actually, it'd probably be more because he probably have more points than Draymond does. But as far as points, assists and rebounds, it's the same.
Well, Siakam. What if they trade him for him?
To was that
Toronto.
That'll work.
Yeah, the problem is Philly said they don't want role players.
Well, Siakam's kind of developed into a borderline star.
If
Yo-
he went to Philly, he was a role
But yeah, but Maury says that. But with Maxey, who's
Good.
pretty fucking good right now.
Mhm.
You still got Tobias Harris, who's pretty good.
Mhm.
Seth Curry is just.
Yes, I agree. You could build a hell of a team if
It's
you
a
got the
good
right
team
role player.
in the East.
I'm telling you what he said though.
I know, but it's. I
But
think.
Siakam was an awesome.
And without Kyrie in Brooklyn, with Siakam,
I thought they were going to get Kyle Lowry.
but Philly is better than Brooklyn with Siakam. Absolutely.
I thought they were going to get Kyle Lowry.
Maybe, but at this point, it really doesn't matter because who in the East is going to beat Milwaukee?
Nobody.
So,
No.
I mean, so
Listen, that's a
it's not about just being good. You got to be able
that's
to
a
take them down.
perfectly constructed team.
Only Brooklyn if they had a Kyrie with his head on straight.
Even that couldn't be Milwaukee.
Well, if they had,
A second go round after they won a championship, I don't think they could beat Milwaukee.
I think they could if Kyrie was dialed in.
I hate to admit it, but I think they could too.
Yeah, if Kyrie
I
was
hate
dialed.
admitting that.
Now the problem is Kyrie is not dialed in. He hasn't been since he went to Brooklyn.
Even
But-
if it was there, he wouldn't be dialed in.
But if he was dialed in, if Kyrie was dialed in with James Harden and Kevin Durant, they could do it. But Kyrie, he ain't been. Kyrie is the Kanye West of basketball.
He's totally checked out.
Yeah, he's the Kanye West of basketball.
And after watching Brooklyn the other night,
Actually, his name is Yee now.
shut up. I don't want to hear that. Watching Brooklyn the other night without Kyrie, James Harden is for some reason is looking to pass all the time.
Too much.
Did he forget who he is?
Yeah.
Like he's looking to pass all the time.
Right.
I don't know. They're not gonna play any defense because they have nobody to play defense.
No.
But they can outscore you if he steps up to score. But he's looking to pass for some reason. I don't know. It's
I guess
weird.
because he knows he could drop 30 at any moment.
So do it.
He wants to pass for some
Wants
reason.
to pass, bro.
I mean, I can't explain it.
So learn to, I guess, not differentiate.
I guess he's learning how to play with another star.
He played last year with him. You pass it to him sometimes.
They both missed a lot of time.
Yeah. And you sprinkled Kyrie in there
Yeah.
last year.
Okay, Kyrie's gone.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they're kind of learning.
Yeah, they're still learning.
Yeah.
I think, look, just give them a little time. You shouldn't be judging anybody, 2 games in?
No, this is the same thing I saw half of the season last year when he was playing. Is he's deferring, like you can defer. I don't know.
He didn't get there till the halfway point last
No,
year.
but no, I'm talking halfway through when he was there.
Yeah.
I
But
don't.
they all missed time though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just give them a little time. I don't.
Why
like
is it that
Brooklyn.
hard?
I don't like them.
Why is it that hard?
Because it's a different time.
Like, I'm coming in, I'm like, I know I'm James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I know I have KD, the best player on the planet.
Right.
I'm still going to give him the ball, but at the same time, I know when to take my shots and get my points. He's passing all the time now.
Maybe he didn't like the way they played in Houston. So,
I don't know.
I don't believe that.
I mean, you got another theory?
because that shit could get tiring to you. That I come down the court, I'm an ISO, and I'm just gonna shoot every time. So when you get to,
Is that not on him to make that choice? No matter what the coach says?
that's true. But now when you get,
Okay,
but he,
Iverson.
yeah.
Okay, Iverson.
But when he
Well,
get,
Iverson's a different individual.
but when he get to with another superstar, now it's like, dude, all I gotta do is sit out here and pass.
Mm-hmm. And he probably just putting it all together right now.
Right.
That's why I said just give him some time.
So how? I don't understand this.
Okay.
You're grown basketball players. How do you not know how to play with people?
Because
Because you got to deal with egos.
there you go.
Fuck your ego. I don't give a fuck. I got the basketball.
You
I
do.
do what I
You
want to
do.
do.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
How though?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
you.
don't give a shit
How?
about the egos.
Because that's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's you.
What else do they have? They got the money.
Yeah.
All they got to worry about is ego.
I don't understand.
And you won't.
You won't. Because you ain't in there.
Exactly. You won't.
Just play a basketball game. I pass it when you're open. I keep it when I'm not when I can do.
It's not about pure basketball.
No.
If they were, they wouldn't have a lot of these rules.
So why the fuck do we watch this bullshit then?
Why do you watch it? That's
I
to
don't
everybody
actually.
else.
I don't watch it.
Okay.
I don't watch NBA until Christmas.
I don't watch it until playoffs.
I watch it because I play fantasy basketball.
Well, I set my lineup, but I still don't watch it.
That's really the only reason I watch it.
I don't watch basketball until playoffs.
I'm still watching football right now, and then I'll stumble into college basketball, and I'll start watching some NBA around Christmas, and then I watch it. Take that through March Madness. I'll watch college basketball, and then after that, I'll watch exclusive.
See, I watch it now because I play fantasy basketball and because it's on every night. So, inevitably you're gonna come in from work one day and they're gonna be, when you settle down, it's gonna be a ball game.
Yeah, I watch ESPN and get the highlights.
I check into the Christmas game. Is that a Christmas game? I check into the Christmas games, and then I turn to a channel when basketball's playing and I watch it, but I don't watch. I cannot. The NBA I hate it.
He said I hate it. Wow.
Oh, also, Chicago Sky won the WNBA, but nobody cares.
A lot of people care. Right?
There was like 5,000 people at the parade.
A lot of people care. Right?
Nobody cares.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people is not 5,000.
A lot of people
not
care.
in Chicago, it ain't.
It's not.
I give you that.
So if the Bulls or the Bears won a championship, you know what that parade would have looked like?
Or the Blackhawks.
Or the Blackhawks. But did you see?
They have more. They got more of that when Sister Jean was leading.
Did you see this parade for the Chicago Sky?
A lot of people.
Nobody cares, Justin. Nobody
A lot
cares.
of people care. Candace Parker came home, won a championship. A lot of people care.
Nobody cares.
We'll see how far you go in the parade when Amaya is playing there.
What? Shout out to Phoenix.
Look at his face.
Shout out to Phoenix for losing in the NBA and WNBA finals.
Look at his face. We'll see Art at the parade.
He'll be on the float. He'll be with him.
My daughter is not playing a sport that nobody cares about.
When your daughter's playing for the Mystics, you play for the Washington Mystics.
Can't play in Washington.
The Mystics are actually good. They won the championship a few years back.
And the Caps are in the playoffs every year.
Yeah. It's really just the Washington football team.
And the Wizards. And the Wizards. DC United's tight.
Yeah.
Washington
The Nationals
is
have been
tight.
good.
Nationals are good.
Yeah.
It's just the male basketball.
I'm tired of this shit.
So she.
There you go.
But no, really. There was nobody at the parade. Y'all saw the footage.
I saw it on ESPN.
Yeah, there was nobody there.
People care about the WNBA.
There was a few people there.
A few.
Yeah.
It should not be a few. Listen. If the Blackhawks, Cliff said it, Blackhawks, Bulls, Cubs, White Sox, Bears.
What was that team Sister Jean was with?
Loyola
Marymount?
If they won it,
Yeah.
that shit would have been flooded.
Yeah.
Chicago Sky brought 8,000 people.
There you go. That's enough. They're good.
8,000?
Yeah, they're good.
No.
You probably couldn't get off work.
Listen.
That won't even fill up Norfolk State Stadium.
I'm just messing with you.
Nobody even knew there was WNBA championship. We just thought they played a season, and that was it.
Everybody knew they had a championship. All right, don't start that shit. Don't start that shit. Do not start that shit.
Everybody thought it was an intramural league.
No,
Yes.
don't start that shit.
Yeah. They just played regular season games, and they said, okay, we're done.
Don't start that shit.
I welcome all WNBA fans to at heart.
Yeah.
I will argue that shit up and down.
Please.
Nobody cares about the WNBA.
Hit us on Instagram. You can email us. Please.
Gar, you will care when Amaya becomes a WNBA.
And unless it's Connecticut and Tennessee, nobody, or South Carolina, nobody cares about women's basketball in college.
Oh, boy. Each host viewpoint is his own.
Prove me wrong.
Each host viewpoint is his own. That's all I'm gonna say.
Prove me wrong.
I'm gonna put that disclaimer out there, and I'm
Prove
gonna
me
leave it
wrong.
alone. Each host viewpoint is his own.
Prove me wrong.
You can email or inbox each host that you want to speak to. I'm gonna leave that at that point.
South Carolina, Tennessee, UConn. Other
And
than that,
yeah, I think
okay,
I think
the-
that's good for the night.
the occasional Notre Dame team.
I think we're good
Notre
for the
Dame.
night. Can we wrap this? I think we should wrap it.
Now that I actually hear him say it.
I think we should wrap it.
Listen, I speak only facts.
I think we're gonna wrap this.
No, we're not.
We're gonna wrap it. Jay Sean, let it go. We're gonna wrap it.
Cliff's he was trying to, but he thinks I'm.
I was just gonna say, rest in peace, Colin Powell.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Colin Powell.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Colin Powell. Yeah. So, who was he? The first black 5-star general?
Yeah. What the fuck is blood cancer?
Cancer of the blood.
Yeah, but we hear about the breast and the colon and,
You can
and
get
all this
cancer
shit.
anywhere.
What the fuck is blood cancer?
And
You
there's
can
skin cancer
You
as
can
well.
get skin cancer,
I
eye
know.
cancer, throat cancer.
I know all that shit.
Mhm.
Blood cancer.
Yeah. So,
Oh well.
but yeah,
I think it was a good night.
it was.
And
It was a
good
good
night.
show. Good show.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we come back the next episode, we're gonna go back into the lack of skill in women's basketball.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not?
No.
Okay.
Ladies, be ready for that one.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that one.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
I am positive.
Okay. I mean, it was like 8,000 people.
Trying to keep us on air here.
8,000 people at the parade.
You can't.
When's the last time Chicago had a championship? And
You saw Dave's show. You can't offend certain people.
I can offend whoever the fuck I want to.
Well, not stay on the air because you ain't Dave Chappelle.
Well, he didn't say anything about the alphabet people.
I did not. I did not.
So, you know.
So,
And actually, all I have to do is upload. I just hit a button and it goes on.
so yeah. But yeah. So.
All right. So we'll be back in a couple weeks with another episode 47
Right.
of the Brews and Views podcast.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.
See?